Hello, I'm Beth Schnabel, Education Specialist for Medina County Soil and Water Conservation District. You see behind you here at the Heritage Farm Children's Garden. This garden was inspired when I was biking through Ithaca, New York, there around Cornell University, and I saw a fence, and it was all covered with vines and everything, so I couldn't see through the fence, but I could hear children laughing. And it must have been their parents talking to them. And I peeked. I got off my bicycle and I peeked through that vine that was on the fence. And what I saw inspired what you see right here. It was simply children, families getting together in a natural setting and working in gardens and so forth. So this particular design has 4 different parts. The most important, well, they're all important, but the rain garden behind me here was kind of set up as a demonstration garden. The pavilion in the center of the 4 plots of the garden was designed so that it would have a water drainage off the roof. And as you can see, the gutter there collects down the downspout, and the downspout goes directly here to feed natural rainwater into the rain garden plants. Now these plants are all native. They are originally from the prairies where sometimes you have lots of rain and then sometimes there's long dry spells. So the root systems of rain garden plants are quite deep. And that's important because in the structure of rain gardens, it's not just what you see, the soil on top, but it actually goes down usually a foot or more. And that is that soil then is mixed in with some sand and compost, and it makes a almost like a spongy type that can hold that extra rain whenever it does rain, and then allow it to evaporate or be absorbed more slowly. So that's basically why rain gardens are so effective for preventing runoff and erosion, and because of the deep root systems of rain garden plants, this holds that soil in place. And so that, and then people say, how can you keep this garden look so beautiful? Well, it takes a little while for it to be established, but after about 2 or 3 years, it basically takes care of itself, other than you need to decide whether you want it a homogeneous, where everything is kind of figured out, or you may want something that just totally spreads on its own. That's an individual choice that you can make. I personally kind of like this look. It's very balanced. The other gardens that we have over here is the English fruit garden off to your left there. And in the English like things very symmetrical, and we're here at Heritage Brunswick Farm. We kind of kept that theme of symmetry in the rain garden. The rain garden itself is done by Visintainer School Honor Society students. They are here during the summer, weeding, watering, whatever. Brunswick Heritage Farm has a volunteer group that are very faithful that come and work on the garden. The Soil and Water District works with the English fruit garden. And there is actually a rain barrel. I forgot to point this out. The other half of the pavilion drains into that blue rain barrel over there, which then anyone here in the garden can use that natural rainwater to water their plants. Let's go over and look at that rain barrel and see how it is operating. Okay, we're back over here in the Pioneer Garden, and as I had said, the back part of the pavilion has a gutter, a rain spout, and this time the rain spout goes directly into this barrel. It's a 55-gallon barrel. At the bottom you can see the spigot where they can pull off the rainwater. Let's see. Yeah, it's half full. So this is good natural water that are going to make these plants grow even better. And as I said, this is a pioneer garden, example of what the Indians taught the early pioneers, to plant corn, beans, and squash together. Behind over here is the sensory garden that I was telling about. The sensory in that all senses are affected: smell, color, seeing, tasting if you want to, smelling, all 5 of your senses, and of course there's some soft plants there that you can feel. So all in all, this is a 4-part garden designed for children. There's a picnic table under the pavilion where there's activities they can do with their teacher or with their parents. That's very important. So if you have any questions, please call the Medina County Soil and Water Conservation District at 330-722-9322.